Hey, and welcome to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is episode 43 of a YouTube show I do where I showcase my recent comic book hauls, comic book speculations, stuff from my comic collection, and I'll even showcase, do some mini reviews of my weekly pull list. So this week's episode, episode 43 of a You Love Comic Books saga, is actually part 2 of my Star Wars Volume 1 collection episode. So if you went back a couple of months ago, I don't have the exact number of which You Love Comic Books it is, but you'll see the Star Wars logo. And I showcased Star Wars Volume 1, issue 107. That includes the new one they put out not a couple years ago, till issue 55. And I said I would do a part 2 where I would, finish up the volume. It kind of took a couple months to do it because I've just been finding so many great books. And that last haul I did, again, if you're subscribing to You Love Comic Books, you would see that I did a insane garage sale episode. So it's going to be like a week or two until I have a new comic book haul. So I figured, you know what? I think this would be the perfect time to do part 2 of my Star Wars Volume 1 collection. And before we get into Star Wars Volume 1, 55 to 1, and plus a bunch of other bonus material you're going to see, why not if you like what you see, give the episode a like. If you have any questions of what you see, or if you want to just say anything, leave a comment. I'll respond accordingly. And if you like what you saw and you love comic books, why not subscribe? Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. All right. Also, real quick, there's 2 links in my in each episode. There's a link for my Instagram, You Love Comic Books, where I showcase stuff from my, that you'll see in the videos, and stuff from my collection. And also on my eBay, You Love Comic Books, there's a link for that, where I, sell comics, trades, toys, video games, and whatever other items. So check that out. All right, let's get into this. So Star Wars Volume 1, issue 55 to 1. I'm going to start real quick with this. I don't think I showcased this last time. This is the official comic adaptation magazine of Return of the Jedi. I didn't even know this existed until a couple years ago. I started at an antique store. Didn't get that copy. I think it might have sold, or maybe it wasn't that great. And I found a really decent copy online that on eBay for a pretty good price. The only thing is, it has this bend. But if I ever wanted to press it out, I think that would come out. It's still a really nice copy. So it's basically the Return of the Jedi miniseries, but, in the magazine format. And I'm pretty sure this came out before that. Miniseries did. All right, here we go. Start with Star Wars 54. Now, I always love some of these covers, like, in the name of Darth Vader, destroy them. Okay, cool. Star Wars 53. I think Howard Chaykin did a bunch of these covers. So there's definitely some cool, unique style to this. I could be wrong. This one's a super iconic cover. I used to work in licensing, and we had the Star Wars license, and I would always try to get this image on a t-shirt. It's just so cool. I mean, look at that Vader and everything. I just love the artwork behind it. And it's a Walt Simonson, actually. See the signature? So that's even more sick when you think about it. He's a legendary artist that did Beta Ray Bill and that amazing Thor run. Fantastic Four as well. Star Wars 51. Again, another awesome Simonson cover. So I'll take that back then. I don't think that was shaken. Well, I don't know. He usually has his signature on there. 50 is a cool one because it has I always like when they have the more painterly covers. Makes it a little more special. This was the 50th issue anniversary. We're going to get to the good stuff in a few minutes as we go down the list. Issue 49, The Last Jedi. Now, I probably overpaid for this one when I got it. I think I got it from the store for $20, but I bought a bunch of other issues from this series in really good condition for $2 each. So I felt like there was a balance. This book, it's not one of the main ones in the line. I think it's just the fact that it was The Last Jedi. And that's, of course, everyone knows that's everyone's favorite Star Wars movie. Star Wars The Last Jedi didn't cause any controversy. There weren't people that thought they ruined Star Wars or anything. So, just kidding. But that's just kind of fun. Just, when you see like more modern titles and it's used like in just the comic, and it's also just a sick cover. Star Wars 48. Leia versus Vader, the third law. Now, what's funny about this is this is post-Empire, pre-Return of the Jedi. So no one knows that Leia is actually Vader's daughter yet. I don't think they wrote that yet until they made Return of the Jedi. Because, Luke and Leia make out in Empire Strikes Back. And if they always knew they were going to be brother and sister, man, then that just makes it weirder, right? Issue 47. All don't care if the odds against our escaping are 215 to 1. Just keep running. Oh. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay, well, hopefully you guys stuck around after that dumpster diver of a impression I just did. Issue 46, The Living Nightmare stalks the universe. The Dreadnought Devourer. See, I love this stuff on old comics with the covers, with like the blurbs, all the extra, it just makes it more fun, I do like some of the new covers, but I feel like sometimes now comics, like a lot of them just like that digital paint look. You know what I'm talking about. Issue 45, Death Probe. Sounds like a band. Like I don't know, like would you say like a grindcore punk band or Death Probe? Okay, here we go. This is where we get to the good books. Now these books, let me tell you, I'm about to talk about these. These books last year, like they would sell like crazy on eBay. You could not, like I would try bidding on them and I would get outbidded. It was nuts. Now I always had a copy of this, but I got a better one last year. This is the last issue. So basically, like, unlike Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, they the adaptation of Empire Strikes Back, they just shoved it into the actual series. Return of the Jedi, they decided to do a 4-issue miniseries that was outside of the volume. So, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think is better. You think it's cool that they had it part of the series, or you think it should have been its own miniseries? I think the fact that it's part of the series probably what makes it more collectible. They're harder to get. So who knows? Still, that's a sick cover. This was another one that was hard to get. Issue 43. Ignore the price tag on there. I think I paid more for that. This book was going for a bit. This is considered the first appearance of Lando, second appearance of Boba Fett. They announced a Lando series in that, like they were gonna do one with what's his face, the dude from Community, the rapper guy. I totally forgot his name. He played Lando in Solo, and we'll see if they ever make that series for Disney Plus. I think he was fun in the role, and I think Disney Plus Lando series would be pretty awesome. I'm gonna show this. I found this, so I paid a decent amount. I think I paid like $50 for these two. I mean, this book it was hard to get. I found this though like a couple months later for only $8. It's not in as good condition as the other one, but it's a newsstand copy. And I was just happy to grab another one. I mean, it still looks really nice, so I'm not going to complain. All right, this one was this is the most I ever spent on a comic book. I never spent this much on a comic book before. Now, you're probably going to be like, some people we'll see on YouTube, they drop like 10, 20 grand on comics. I mean, they use it like they're buying comics like they're buying stocks. I mean, they're like graded books and everything. I'm more of a collector. Like I might, drop a book here and there on eBay, something like that. Something that, get to feed the hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. But mostly I'm a collector, and the thing I like to do is try to find books for as little as possible, And this one, I knew I was going to have to spend money on. I tried bidding so many times on eBay, and I would get outbid. And I remember going to like an antique store like a month or two before I was trying to get this on eBay. I got this around March of 2021, which was probably like the dumbest time to buy this book. I bet if you bought it now, it's probably a little cheaper. It's still expensive. One of the more expensive issues in this volume. But Star Wars 42, it's the first appearance of Boba Fett, first full appearance of Yoda, first appearance of these purple monkey guy and mummy man. And so I called the antique store. This was back in Texas when I used to live there. And I called them up and I said, do you happen to still have this issue? And I explained it to them. And I went down to the store. They had it. Guy wanted $300 for it. I was able to get the guy whose booth, they called him up. And I said, could you do $250? He said, no. I think I got him down to $260. I'm pretty sure that's what I got him down to. You know, obviously I had to pay tax on it. But the funniest thing, so this is a really nice condition copy. Almost perfect. It's got like one little spine tick here. I mean, like, it's just an amazing copy. Like, if I got this graded, I would want to, get it pressed and cleaned, or, get an expert to really look at this. But I don't have any plans to do that right now. But I just remember the lady at the antique store. She's like, I have to be the one to take it out of the bag. And I was like, watching her do it. I was almost like, I'm not even going to buy this. Like, she was like holding it like the way like people think. Like, she was an old lady, and she probably in her mind, she's like, who cares? It's a comic book. But it's like, if it's just a comic book, then why are you selling it for $300? You should treat it like any of the other stuff in the antique store and actually hold it like it has value, and not like, oh, you got this for 50 cents in 1980 off the newsstand, and you're going to fold it over and, read it and then throw it out afterwards. This is like, again, you're charging $300 for it. Treat it like you're charging $300 for it. So it was fine. She ended up letting me handle it after her, because I seriously said to her, everything you do to this book ruins it. Like, I'm pretty sure the spine tick was there before she got her hands on it, but I was just like, I told her flat out. I was like honest. I was trying to be nice as possible. But I was like, you need to like let me hold it. If I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna handle it. So I think, and again, like I said, this is the most I've spent on a book. I spent like $100 here on a book. I think another book I might have spent like $125 or something like that. But this is whatever. I wanted it. I wanted to complete the Star Wars Volume 1 series. I wanted a really good condition copy, because I knew if I had to spend money on it, I want to get the best one possible. And I'm glad I think I got a good deal in the end. So I don't think I overspent. This one's also was a book that I had to like chase on eBay. I wanted to get really good condition copies of this run for The Empire Strikes Back. I was like, if I'm going to spend the money, I want Star Wars 41. This is the first issue with Yoda. And again, it's just a sick cover. I had these from years ago, so thankfully I didn't need to buy these again. Star Wars 40, again, just a sick cover. And again, I used to work in licensing, so man, we used to throw these on shirts and stuff like that. I used to try to find like the old Al Williamson artwork and everything. And then this is, again, just another great iconic cover with Vader. And this is the first part of this series. So, real quick before I go on to the rest of it, I did find this, and here's a book I spent probably like close to $200. And again, maybe you could find this for cheaper now. Who the hell knows? I mean, the market changes every day. And, you might luck out and find it in a garage sale for a nickel. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. This is the Marvel Super Special Magazine. This is a really nice copy. I would say it's a high grade copy of this. So I think this is the original print. This precedes the Star Wars. They consider this the reprint storyline. Like, people consider it a reprint, even though that Boba Fett issue is considered the first appearance. Technically, this is the first appearance. The interesting thing about the comics is they added new content in the issues. They'll have these awesome opening pages, which the Boba Fett first appearance has a 6 splash page with all the bounty hunters. That's not in here. That doesn't exist in this. Still happy to have it. I think there's I saw a treasure edition not too long ago. I'm going to have to try and find that one. Hopefully I get it for a good price. Okay, so then we go back now. Now, this is pre-Empire, so now we're going back to like New Hope era. This is, before it was established that Luke is, Vader's Luke's dad. Sorry, spoiler warning. This is a Michael Golden issue. Kind of interesting. The interior art's interesting. This is a hard book to get in like good condition. I had to hunt for it, and even then, it's still like, it has a spine tick here and everything like that. It is just a tough book to come by in nice condition. 37. I kind of love this era. I always loved the outfit that Luke wore in the end of New Hope. That like yellow jacket, that kind of cool, like, he's no longer the little kid in his little gi. Remember the little karate gi or whatever? Or, his chest up and all manly, like the cover of that special edition. I always thought that was kind of cool, and you never really got to see him do anything with it. And I guess, though, in the comics, he wore this outfit, so that's kind of cool. Star Wars 36, again, wearing the cool yellow gold jacket from the end of New Hope. I always love these covers. Star Wars 35. Darth Vader plays a game of death against the Star Warriors, Dark Lord's Gambit. And I don't know if you remember, there's like a G.I. Joe cover that's similar with Destro doing this. What I love about this cover, though, it makes me think of the movie Spaceballs, when Darth Helmet is playing with his action figures, and the guy sneaks in and he goes, "Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you while you're playing with your dolls." I don't think I have the line down 100%, but that's what it makes me think of when I see this cover. It's awesome. Star Wars 34. Nohan's leading the rebel fleet into a trap and stuck on this asteroid. I can't warn him. Thunder in the Stars. Okay, cool. I love this one. Luke in a showdown battle for his life. Saber clash. Look at this guy. Like Captain Neo or something. I always love this one too. It's rolling, and it's not even the Empire can stop it. Join Luke, Han, and Chewie on the Jawa Express. Now, what I love about this is that, like, in the original movies, you only got to see the Jawa Sandcrawl for like a minute. Yeah, not even. You saw like in the background. I think in the special edition they showed it moving more. It wasn't until The Mandalorian, episode 2, season 1, that you saw the Jawa Sandcrawler in full action, and it was awesome. It only took about 40 years to, get to that point. Luke defies the Empire on his homeworld. Return to Tatooine. It's a cool cover, and those dewbacks. Look at that face on them. Like, I also like this error. Actually, I kind of don't, but this is like the direct edition. They literally would just put a slash through the, this is like the pre-Spider-Man head. They would just put a slash through the barcode. Trapped in an Imperial stronghold, a princess alone. Dark Encounter. There's Vance. I think that's his name. I'll get to his first appearance and I'll have his name on there. He's a character currently now in a version of this character is in the Bounty Hunter series that Marvel's putting out now. But what I love about this character is no way in hell was the creators of Cable, Liefeld, and I forgot the writer at the time. Is it Nizezi on New Mutants? Come on, they had to have been influenced by this character. And I'll show you guys in a sec what I'm talking about. Star Wars 28. Cavern of the Crawling Death. Here's another one. Return to the Hunter. That's that Cable guy. Luke and 3PO stalked by the sinister cyborg. Return of the Hunter. Doom Mission. 26. 25. Siege at Yavin. I always love this issue. Now, all new Untold Tale, Ben Kenobi fights alone. Silent drifting. What I love about this issue is this is supposed to be during the Clone Wars, this issue. This is a flashback. Obviously, Obi-Wan's already dead. He dies in the middle, towards the middle end of New Hope. And we get to see like a flashback. And remember, like, we don't even have Empire Strikes Back yet. Like, we're still like a year or two away from Empire coming out. And what I love about this is that I like that in the Clone Wars, because, you know, when they show you Obi-Wan in Star Wars, you just felt like he was this really old man. And I think Ewan McGregor is great in the character, and I thought he was always the best part of the prequel series. But I always found it odd that the math didn't work out. Like, this dude would be like in his 50s when Luke meets him, and I just never felt like, I always felt like Obi-Wan felt more like he was like way in his 70s, you know? And I don't know if you watched the Obi-Wan series, you know, they're showing him and he's supposed to be this middle-aged man. But I'm like, are we to believe that in 8 years that Obi-Wan Kenobi becomes the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan? I don't think so. Star Wars 23. You've escaped the wheel rebels, but you now must face the wrath of Darth Vader. Flight into Fury. I always love that. Giant space god Vader. They had a couple other issues like that. There was one from like around the 70s, like issue 70s or something, with Vader, and he looks like a tidal waves coming out of him. I don't know. I would just love that. Star Wars 22. Weird looking Chewbacca. There's a lot of odd Chewbacca drawings in this volume, in Star Wars Volume 1. A lot of weird off-model, a lot of like, just like, he's just a big hairy man. In this one, he looks like the Lorax here from Dr. Seuss. I love this cover. Again, this was another one we would use on like on t-shirt art. Shadow of the Dark Lord, issue 21. Just a super cool, iconic cover. But you see, even like R2, it's always like a little off model. But that's where all the charm is in these Volume 1 series. Star Wars 20. Captain Solo's doomed, R2, and there's no way we can help him. Okay. I'm sure he was fine. Issue... I still have the cover. Oh, man, what is this? Obviously, this is issue 19. Trapped on a man-made wheel of death. Look at that with the skull. And again, just a real funky-looking Chewbacca. But it's a sick cover. I like this one, too, because, again, just like The Last Jedi, oh my god, this is the first appearance of The Empire Strikes Back. Look, Star Wars 18. Everyone's talking about their first appearance of Boba Fett in 42, but guess what? This is probably the most valuable Star Wars comic now. It says it right here, Empire Strikes. This is a sick cover. It's just a really good, like, hero pose, and it's a Dave Cockrum cover. So we know he's really good at, heroic poses, being that he's the guy who drew the X-Men and stuff. And you got their, the Tusken Raiders, Jawas, and everything. So I'm assuming that, I don't think I ever actually read this one, but this is a flashback issue, so this might predate, Star Wars, the first movie. And you see the Skyhopper, which is like the toy he's playing with. Here's a fun fact about this series. Sith Lord, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, you see the word Sith in this series. It's never mentioned in the movies until episode 1, the Sith. But the Sith exists in the books, but I think it comes from the Star Wars Volume 1 series. Okay, here we go. Star Wars 16, first appearance of this dude. I'm going to open it up. I want to show you what I'm talking about real quick. About, like, how this guy, like, come on, no way in hell. You know what? I'm going to leave this one alone, actually. I have a jankier copy that I'm going to use. One that I don't care as much about. It's a little bit more loved, but let's get the point across. I'm going to leave that one alone. This one's in, like, pretty mint condition, actually. Okay. And just to let you know, this is like what they call the... I forgot the name. You could tell me, guys. Tell me in the comment section what this is. They were the variants. They're really what they were. They were thrown in a bag. They were reprints, really. People are trying to sell them like they're variants now. And some people want them, but come on. It's like, not Gold Key. I forgot the name. Is it actually? No. Never mind. Okay. His name, Valance. Okay, so here's this dude, and he looks like just a regular guy, but then it's revealed later on. Here's everybody's favorite character. This dude, that Green Rabbit, which, I'm sorry, that character needs to show up in the movies. Or, I mean, at least in the series. They made a Black Series figure not too long ago of him. That doesn't really mean anything, but it'd be kind of cool, right? Alright. So, let's just get to it real quick. A lot of ads back then, but look, man, look at these fun ads. Okay. It's like on the last page. He gets all messed up. And then look at that. It's revealed. He's the Cable. He's Cable. Oh, and it says Empire Strikes. So actually, I take it back. This issue predates that issue. Therefore, the Empire Strikes Back. This is the first appearance of that. But come on, you're telling me that the people working on New Mutants in the late 80s didn't go, oh yeah, we had this character that ended up looking exactly like this. Because they even peeled off part of Cable's face. And what's crazy about this comic is, now someone will say, oh, this is a rip-off of Terminator. Well, this predates the Terminator. So, we're not going to say they're rip-offs. You call them inspirations. But I think the Valance character, I just don't think enough people realize, like, oh my God, Valance and Cable. Whatever. Star Wars 15, Star Duel. At last, Han Solo's showdown with Crimson Jack. It's about damn time, I tell you. Star Wars 14. I have 2 of these for some reason. I don't know why. I think this one might be in better condition. It's just, again, a sick cover. I love this one. Love it. You get to see it twice. Star Wars 13. I would say this is probably one of the better Chewbacca's in Volume 1, actually. And especially this early in the game. And this is John Byrne. It says it right there. So this is a John Byrne Austin cover. Star Wars 12. Again, just another cool, like, Luke cover. Star Wars 11. Now we're starting to get to the, get older books. Star Wars 10. The Behemoth Below. So, okay, here's a funny story about these books. Right before, like, issue 11, Luke is not in... Oh, look at that. It's like almost the same freaking cover. They have, like, the same pose on Han. So, basically, when the series was done, Marvel just made a bunch of comics to keep the series going. And I guess Lucas didn't know anything about it. And it kind of, I guess, they just did some Han Solo Chewbacca stories. And they introduced all these characters that didn't really feel on model with the movie. And that's when, I guess, Lucas got more involved. And they started, like, tightening up the ship of this comic. But, like, issue 7 and up to, like, 10, basically. They're just these weird comics, basically. Still cool. And, again, I'm pretty sure it's either this issue or this issue is his first appearance. This is his first cover appearance. Everyone is waiting for this guy to show up in the movies or in the TV shows. He's bound to happen. I mean, they've had so many other characters show up in the series. Why not him? All right, here we go. This is the original first 6 issues. These are basically just an adaptation of the movie. So issue 6, last, the soul-shattering climax of the year's best movie. This is awesome. Wasn't this this was my favorite part of the movie. When Luke fought Vader while all these ships fought in the background. That was so cool. That was my favorite part of the movie, right? Wasn't that your favorite part of the movie? Star Wars number 5. Luke Skywalker strikes again. Hurry, Chewbacca. We're being attacked by the Death Star. Imagine this, too. Imagine this happened in the movie. I mean, the movie, it's classic. It's iconic. It's why we still talk about it today. But, man, imagine this. That'd been crazy. This is one of the better covers from this line. It's just so cool. Again, another one of these awesome, iconic covers. that we would, in nice things that we would try to use on t-shirts, work it in and everything. And again, I love everything's kind of still always off model. Obi-Wan wearing a green hood robe with a white saber. Yeah. Still cool though, you know? You gotta appreciate for what they are. Issue 3 with a weird looking Chewbacca, looking like a space ape. Alright, this one's a sick cover. And this one picked up a lot. It's probably calmed down a bit. Probably, you know, the Obi-Wan series has aired already. But this is considered like Obi-Wan's first appearance and Han Solo's first appearance. It's just a cool looking cover, though. I'm trying to think who the artist is who did this one. And then, well, whatever. Okay, here we go. Issue 1. This is the one everybody wants. And again, this is like just... I mean, they didn't know what the hell they were drawing. I mean, look at Vader. He's wearing like... he looks like a frog. Leia's a redhead. Han looks like Luke in Empire Strikes Back. Luke's using a red lightsaber, so I guess he was always evil. So is Obi-Wan. Clearly they're Sith. Alright, well, real quick. How did I get this comic is always like a fun story. And this is going to be a little longer of an episode, so let me tell you. When I was a kid, and I was always into comics, I got into them around the time Secret Wars came out. The original. Kind of took a break, wasn't really. Then around 12, I got really big into them, especially with the Transformers series and everything. My parents told me that my grandmother had a bunch of comic books in her house. And me and my brother got all excited thinking that we were going to get... she had a ton of comic books, right? Ton of them. And we thought, okay, my parents are a certain age. This is the late 80s, or maybe 1990 at this point. And we were like, oh my God, they're going to have Fantastic Four #1, Amazing Fantasies 15, X-Men 1. We bought some bags. We were ready to go. We're going to become comic book millionaires. We were like, this was like a dream come true. And we were told this, and we were so excited to go to Grandma's house. Like, oh my God. And we finally got there, and we're like, where are they? Where are the comics? And my grandma was like, you want that crap? I go, no, right off the bat, we knew it was garbage. We knew already that old dreams were crushed. I remember going upstairs, finding in the closet a stack of, a messy stack of about 50 comic books. And if you want to see a kid's face get super disappointed, that was it. It was just it was a very humbling moment. It was like a bunch of really crappy condition Archies, Bob Hope, maybe a bad condition Bob Hope. There was one Dennis Menace comic that was pretty good. And I was just I had an uncle too. I was like, man, what the hell? You guys were living in this time period. This is the crap you bought? I was like, what is this crap? I was so upset. And I had this stack of comics, and I never bagged them. I was so mad. I was just we took them home anyway. And I remember going to a comic convention, oh my God, this has to be 10 years later. And there was one by me, and I figured I'm going to bring them. I brought them. So our guy had this book, and he wanted 40 for this at the time, and this is a really nice condition copy. I mean, it's not perfect. It could be my fault. I have no idea. It's still really nice. I mean, it's got very minor spine ticks. I don't think it's 9.8, but if I got it cleaned and pressed and everything, I could probably get a 9.4, 9.6 pretty easily. So we traded it. He's he could have lied to me. Maybe he knew that these books had more value. I don't know. I don't even care. I mean, they were not in good condition. I know some Archie books fetched some prices, but it's not like I had any of the #1s or the 10s or 20s, none of the books from the 40s. Most of these were the 60s, early 70s, and they were not, but I don't know. I guess he claimed his girlfriend liked them. Maybe he knew something I didn't know, but that's how I got this book. So, I mean, that's why I always find it, this book is special to me, because it's just this, funny story of, disappointment, and I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, So I was happy to get this book by trading in that garbage and getting something cool. Now, it's not X-Men #1, it's not Fantastic Four #1, but you know what? It will do. So, and yeah, so that's it for the series. Now let's just throw in some random quick ones real quick. Star Wars Annual 3, again, just a sick cover. Like, here's Annual 2. I don't know what's going on here. Annual 1. Another cool Simonson cover. And then, real quick, Droid, Star Wars 3D, not technically a Marvel book, but it came out not too long after. It's 87. And then real quick, I don't have the full series. I kind of wish I do, but whatever. It's like 8 issues. Droids 3, 2, and 1. Actually, like the last couple issues of Droids are really hard to find, and I think they fetch like more money than issue 1 does. So yeah, that's it for Star Wars Volume 1 with the fun stories of how I got those books. And you know, if you like what you saw, you know, give the episode a like. If you, you know, have any questions on what you saw, or you have anything to say, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you accordingly. If you like what you saw as well, why not subscribe to this channel? I have 42 other comic book episodes. You know, become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. Also, check out the links in my Instagram. My Instagram and my eBay, You Love Comic Books. And yeah, you're going to see a previous episode here. I'll make sure to put the Star Wars Volume 1 Part 1 here, so you can watch that afterwards if you want. Part 2. Oh, no, this is Part 2. What the hell am I thinking? Just another previous episode here, and a subscription button over here. All right, well, on that note, have a good one, and may the Force be with you. Bye.